Welcome everybody. We'll try this again. We tried doing it once already, and then it bugged out. So we are live once again. Hopefully this time better because we're going off my phone hotspot. So hopefully that's better. So we talked a little bit. I'm joined by Scott Kersey. Kersey, right?
Yep, Kersey. Yep.
Who is a Magic the Gathering token artist and just overall cool dude. Do you mind introducing yourself again?
Yeah, not at all. My name's Scott Kersey. He, him. I started out doing some like the usual alters and stuff like that, and kind of moved into doing lots of tokens. It kind of gives me the kind of artistic freedom that I kind of want to just kind of screw around a lot, and it's been really fun meeting just basically everyone that's a part of the community and uh, also making art, and it's just a very welcoming and affirming group I have found, and it's been a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. So we were talking about Vermis. I mentioned Vermis. It's like an old MS DOS type inspired game.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't wait to check that out. That sounds really cool.
and then you were mentioning Neverhood or Nevermind or
Yep.
whatever. And then I
Yeah, Neverhood.
and then I mentioned Hylix, which I think that's how it's spelled. Let me check. But Hylix is also stop motion. It's a RPG sort of thing. Vermis is.
Nice.
I'm not going to gush about Vermis too much, but it is like just a very unique, one of a kind thing.
That's awesome. I love it when people just kind of put their minds together to make something just completely different and off the wall and stuff like that. That's yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to check those out.
Hylix. It's called Hylix.
Thanks.
And then you were talking
Thanks.
about
Okay.
Neverhood.
Yes. Yeah. It has one of the best game soundtracks in the whole wide world. It's pretty fantastic.
I'll definitely have to listen to that. Neverhood is older than I am, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. I'm definitely an old man, so that tracks.
It came out in '96. I came out in '98.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the artist of Vermis, their name's Plastibu. I don't know their pronouns. I don't know their gender. They're kind of like enigmatic and kind of mysterious.
Fantastic. That's the best.
But Plastibu has done like ceramics. They've done like weird internet posts, and they've done Vermis and Vermis 2. And Vermis is
Hmm.
like a fake video game guide. Vermis 2 is almost like a video game guide meets an elaborate poem.
That rules. I like that.
It's not written poetically per se, but it has a lot of poetic language, and
Hmm.
the story it tells is very like abstract, and it goes through some certain motions. It's almost visual poetry in a sense.
Okay. Okay.
And then
I dig it.
their third book is called God Husk, which I picked up like a month ago. I ordered it 2 months ago, but it's from Europe, so it took me like a month to get to me. And I have no idea what
Yeah.
it's about because
Yeah.
I've procrastinated reading it. Because me and reading is it's hard for me to sit down and read a book sometimes.
Yeah. I'm very much in the audiobook camp myself.
I've tried audiobooks and there's a few of them which I really like, but they're the ones where like the narrator or the reader is like particularly
Hmm.
exuberant,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
or
I know what you mean.
the story's fairly short.
I
Because
gotcha.
I think the longest audiobook I've listened to is like 4 hours long.
Oh, okay. Okay. yeah, I definitely like listening to them just kind of on and off. I don't really do many like long listening sessions unless I'm, driving somewhere and just need it on for like an hour or two. But
Yeah.
yeah, I hear that. Yeah, let's see. Right now I'm uh, about halfway through. It's a new translation of the Odyssey, which
Oh,
I'm
that's
quite
cool.
enjoying. It's been pretty fun.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
Are you watching it to prepare for the movie?
I completely like I didn't even know that there was one until I was like halfway through it, and it's like, oh wait, they're doing a yeah, they're doing one, and I think they came out with another one that with Ray Fiennes in it. I think it's just called The Return, and it's just Odysseus's return to Ithaca and like him and Telemachus like killing all the suitors and stuff. But
Neat.
yeah, I know that the new one's going to be coming out sometime, so I think that'll
And,
be cool. Yeah, I was just looking at the cast list, and I think what's his face, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man guy,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah, it looks like he's in there, and I would not be surprised if he was playing Telemachus. I think that would be a pretty good casting.
So it's been a while since I've read the Odyssey. Can you remind me who Telemachus is?
Oh, yeah, he is Odysseus's son.
Okay.
So he was born like right after, like right before he left for the Trojan War. So he's like a teenager by the time Odysseus returns and stuff, and he helps out his dad, and yeah,
Okay. I know they're having Matt Damon play Odysseus.
yeah, which is interesting. Yeah, I saw the picture that they posted of him and his armor, and it's I wish that Hollywood would move away from like the just very basic, like it's yeah, kind of their conception of just armor in antiquity. It's like, no, give us color, give us lots of bronze, give us lots of cool decorations and stuff, because that's what it was like. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So I've gotten
I'm sure it'll be fun.
I've got another update that again we're still buffering, having buffering issues, but I'm not going to record this for a third time.
We'll soldier on through.
Yeah. Uh, where's the right emote? This one. Sorry for the buffering. I'm just gonna let this ride out so we can finish the recording.
No worries.
But once I get this Taco Bell altar done, I have this big ball of clay.
That's gonna be really cool. What kind of clay are you using?
Plastilina.
Okay, nice.
And then,
Yeah, it's definitely something that I've been meaning to do more is making my own like clay like references and stuff like that. I know like James Gurney and stuff, and a lot of the um people who do illustrations and stuff, they'll like make certain clay things of stuff they want to paint and just use that as reference, which is pretty cool.
yeah. This is the first clay figure I made. Well, it's not clay anymore, it's plastic, because the clay figure got broken. But,
Oh dang, that's a big guy.
yeah,
All right.
it was meant to be a trophy. Like,
Uh-huh.
this is the plastic molded version, and then I was going to make a metal version of it too. So I did a
Okay.
um I forget the substance, but it's like this blue and purple substance that you mix together, pour it over the clay figure, and it makes the mold.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's two parts. You mix them together real hot. They get kind of warm. Anyway, and then I made that mold, and the mold turned out terrible. I had to throw it away. But before I threw it away, I was able to pour the plastic in it and clean it up a little bit and make this, which was I was going
Nice.
to and then make a sand mold of it, and make the
Hmm.
sand mold into metal.
Nice. Do a casting that way.
Yeah, but it's
Nice.
too complicated figure wise.
It's an intense process. Yeah, that's for sure.
If it didn't have these back two arms, it could have
Hmm.
worked. But these back two arms really like throw it off.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
But it's supposed to be. Let me see if it'll focus. It's supposed to be Crom,
Nice.
and it's Crom holding a lotus. And then in the other arm, it's a Adnaz ducky.
Nice.
And then the back has its little rods and all that. But it was supposed to be a trophy for a CDH group, but the CDH group is since turned out to be kind of shady.
Oh no.
And I have not worked.
That's
I've not worked with them since.
that's too bad. But hey, you got a cool big ass piece out of it though, so
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
that's something.
I might paint them someday, but I might also just keep them white.
Yeah, totally.
But like, it's a cool piece.
Yeah, that that really turned out really good.
Thank you. Let me see if I can get a better zoom on. So there's the two heads, and then I call them Burt and Ernie because that's kind of their inspiration.
I love it. Yeah, no, it looks like it's really sturdy too.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
it's got some heft to it. It's a solid few pounds.
Nice.
But unless I know exactly what I'm doing, because like I kind of knew what I was doing when I made this, but like
Hmm.
I didn't know the minutia.
Yeah,
Unless I fully 100% know what I'm doing next time, I'm not going to do anything like this again.
I get that. Yeah, no, I'm very much a process geek, so it's like, yeah, wanting to figure out like exactly the process, especially for something like that, is yeah, that's something that I can totally see that you want that down first.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I knew the principles of it, and
Yep.
I've kind of done it before, but I've not
Hmm.
done it fully, and
Yeah.
it's it was a hassle. And then I was going through a really hard
Have you?
breakup at the same time,
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
and that
Yeah,
affected.
that can put a damper on things. Have you done molds of like smaller pieces at all, or?
I've done a mold where I made a little figure, and then my friend sandcasted it, and we printed it. We made it out of aluminum.
Oh, nice. Man, aluminum's such a great material.
Yeah.
That's what I do the let's see here. Do I might have it somewhere. You don't, but uh so when I'm doing like the engravings and stuff like that for printing, like um yeah, like the little bunny token I did a while back and just kind of sent out to anyone who wanted one because it was fun. Um, yeah, I use these guys. It's basically a um, aluminum blank that people use for like business cards and stuff. Like they'll do
Okay.
laser etching.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I just use a little carbide stylus and actually engrave straight on that thing, and then
Oh,
yeah, you just ink it up and print it, and good to go.
that's super cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I had with the same company, I couldn't make a trophy out of Crom, so I did their like
Hmm.
joke mascot, which is like a little ducky a rubber ducky version of ad nauseum,
Hmm.
and
That's really funny.
I printed. I made the mold of that. I made the clay figure of that. Then I did a sand mold of it, and I was able to get half of it. The other half kind of fell apart. and then
Hmm.
I wrote like a fake little poem, kinda slash like information about it, and
Okay.
then I shipped off the functional piece of metal where it looked kind of like a meteorite, and I polished it down, dyed it a little bit. It looked like a
Oh,
meteorite,
cool.
like a duck-shaped
Yeah,
meteorite.
that that's awesome.
And then like super glued it onto a piece of wood that looked really nice that I broke out a trophy off of
Hmm.
and sent it to them. And they said it was cool. They liked it, but like not what they were looking for and not what they were hoping for. And they didn't give it out
Okay,
as a
gotcha.
they didn't give it as a trophy. They just gave it to one of their judges.
Okay.
So whatever. I want to
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
I want to perfect the process someday, but that's
Hmm.
no day anytime soon.
Yeah, it sounds very very labor intensive,
Yeah.
but worth it for a really cool piece. But yeah, again, putting that initial uh yeah, work into it can definitely be time consuming.
Mhm. But
But
it was definitely
thing.
a learning process,
Mhm.
and it
That's
gave
definitely something my oh, sorry, go for it.
it gave me a few ideas of other projects to do that would be a little bit more impactful and a little bit
Hmm.
less intensive, and those have turned out pretty well.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. Yeah, that's the one thing that I really like about art. It's like art I have found is just fuck around and find out, but in a positive sense.
Mhm.
Like just screw around doing whatever and you figure out things that work or don't work, and it's yeah, it's the fun version of that.
Yeah.
I think this thing is about dry enough, so we'll do another color wash over here.
But
I
the
think we'll do.
statue kind of gave me the idea of what if I had a piece where like all the players of the tournament sort of like submitted a thing, and then
Oh,
all of their things were added onto a huge canvas.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Is that where you got the idea for your big canvases?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I, I
Yeah, I think that was
I changed the idea a little bit to like people in the community can pay me X amount of money, and I'll add their favorite character to the canvas.
yeah, I think I remember when you just started doing it the first time. I think that's what really caught my eye with your work. It's like, oh, that's a really interesting and really cool way of doing that and like engaging the community and yeah, just doing something positive that
Mm,
people like. I think it's really cool.
thank you. I've been procrastinating working on the third one because a lot of people have submitted stuff, and
Mhm.
Alexis is the bestest. Thank you for joining us. I know this artist. Cool stuff. Thanks. Do you know I or Scott or both of us? We will see what Alexis is the bestest says.
Well, hello, Alexis is the bestest. All
Oh,
right.
that's the other thing I showed off in the Dead recording. This is a orc army thing I drew that I'm quite proud of.
As well you should be. That's that is that ink or is it acrylic
It
or
is ink and
what?
Posca pen,
Excellent.
and then if you look carefully, you can see colored pencil doing the outline.
Oh, okay, yeah, kind of like a reddish sort of.
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
and then I did another one in a similar style. That's a gnome token. Let me see if I can find it in this book. There's the gnome.
Yeah, that's the boy. Yeah, I remember this guy. That one's really fun. I like that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're fun little critters.
Hmm. Yeah, this is let's see, I got the was it Jeff Miracola, his like little art DVDs, and this is something I definitely picked up from him is you do basically the like the underpainting and then you do a color wash which kind of evens out all the colors and tones into like one into kind of more unified, and then you just paint on top of that and you just kind of keep doing that, kind of build layer on layer on layer, and you get like this really nice deep color in the paintings and stuff.
Okay. I need to do like traditional art more often than I do, which is never.
Yeah, it's all just practice. That's all it is. It's yeah. But yeah, it can definitely be daunting. I really need to do more oils, but I there's just so much setup and cleanup involved that I just really don't want to be hassled with.
Yeah.
So acrylic's kind of my go-to currently.
I'm comfortable with ink, pencil, and Posca pens, which they're
Yeah.
acrylic, but they're a certain kind of acrylic.
Hmm. Yeah, no, those are good. Can't go wrong
I
with that.
recognize.
Do you use
Oh, what?
oh, I was just going to ask if you what you use ink wise. You use just like regular pens, you use dip pens, brush,
I really
or
like these.
what do you?
They're little brush pens that are filled with ink,
Okay, nice.
and then occasionally
Yeah.
I have like actual traditional ink pens
Hmm.
where like the ones with the nubs and all that. But
Nice.
I like these a lot, and I've gone through a good few of these in my career, I guess.
They lay out ink really nicely, like especially if you need something like a I don't know, like a broader area covered. Those type of pens are really handy for that. At least in my experience.
Yeah. Unfortunately, both hosts are lagging pretty bad from your point of view. Yeah, we're working on it. We're doing what we can. My home internet and my hotspot are both bugging out. Trying to upload something. I guess this is my punishment for trying to upload something at the same time and seeing if that works. Oh well.
It's all right. There we go. It's not an orc army without him having angry eyes. Got to give him some angry eyes.
Of course. They gotta have the
There we
angry eyes.
go.
Looks like meat back on the menu, boys. Implying
Absolutely.
implying that in Lord of the Rings they have menus.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have inns and stuff. They have the prancing pony.
Of
I mean, I'm
course.
assuming they have menus.
Of course.
And
Alexis is the bestest says, that's okay, I'm just here to watch, learn, and support my fella. Hi, Scott.
hi, how you doing?
I'm assuming they're with you.
They are. That is correct. Yeah, I think they're on their lunch break currently.
Oh,
So
cool. But I'll finish up this Taco Bell altar, then get to sculpting. Because also, I have no idea what I'm going to sculpt other than like a general horn and a little guy critter thing.
yeah, little skull on the yeah. You said it was Horn of Greed, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, That'll be fun.
But I got to do a thing that'll make me money first, other than a thing I've already been paid for.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's something that I'm just now starting to do. It's been nice. There have been people that are interested in buying the painted tokens, and that's kind of my foray into stuff. I haven't really gotten a lot of commissions, which is uh actually a little bit nice because I'm not really beholden to anything. But yeah,
It's hard managing
I'm sure.
commissions and stuff.
Yeah, I have a fairly busy schedule as is, so it's kind of nice just kind of doing whatever, and if people like it, it's like, yeah, we'll send it your way. That's actually one of my favorite things is just uh packaging up the cards and sending them out to people that want them.
Hell yeah. So tell us
There's
about
something
your.
gratifying.
I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, but tell us about your art. How did you start doing it? What's
Yeah, I've been interested in art for a while. I decided to get more serious about it probably about, I want to say like 2, 3 years ago or
Yeah,
so.
Alexa says we met because of his magic altars in 2020. I love to support his growing skills as he makes an impact in the magic community. I love it. Good to hear.
Yep. Thank you, hon. Uh, but yeah, I I definitely like deep diving into um, art history and process as well. Like, I just really enjoy the making of art, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So, and studying what makes certain things work, why certain artists do things a certain way, that sort of thing, and just testing out a lot of different mediums and stuff. So I do like the engraving, line of cut, painting, pen and ink. Just I have probably way too many little art odds and ends and stuff, but um, yeah, I just really enjoy art's ability to um, kind of reach across uh, different cultures and just like everyone in general. It's like everyone understands art. It's like we do art not because we're artists, but because we're human. It's a very human thing,
Yeah,
and it's something that everyone does to a certain degree, and everyone can do, and it's uh, something that I just really enjoy putting out into the world. I just like stuff that will make people happy. And
I fully agree. That's kind of why I do the show.
excellent. Yeah, no, it's just a good feeling. It's something positive that can be brought into the world, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter like skill level or whatnot. Just the fact that people are doing it is great, and everyone has something about their art that's uniquely them, and it's really fun seeing people explore that and figuring out exactly what they want to express and how they express that, and what kind of gives them that joy when it comes to just making stuff and sharing it.
The joy of creation and all that.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that I've been, I don't know, something I've thought about when it comes to my art and the magic community. Like, uh, I, it just amuses me, like putting in a lot of time and effort for something that's ultimately very frivolous, that and ephemeral. That's always tickled me. So like, there's no reason that I should spend, like 2 hours hand painting an orc token for a game of cardboard, but I don't know. I just think it's really fun, and putting like that amount of effort into something that's ultimately just, kind of a little silly. It just, I like it. It makes me happy.
That's good.
There's something nice about the frivolity that I enjoy.
There's something to be said about especially in Magic, making something, and then seeing it like being put out into the world, and you may never see it
Mhm.
again.
Yep,
But also,
absolutely.
you may see it a million times,
Hmm.
and like
That's
it's kind of just up to like fate and the people who get it.
yep, absolutely. And I think the thing that really like made that click for me was researching like ukiyo-e block prints, like the Japanese block prints.
Yeah,
Like those, it's like they basically, single-handedly started the uh like the progression of modernism in Western art. Like so much of Western art after, like the 1800s owes a great deal of gratitude to Japanese block prints coming over, and they're looked at as these amazing art pieces, which they are, but when they were produced, they were just super cheap little pictures that they cost the same as a bowl of noodles, and these amazing uh, pieces of art are essentially ephemera. They're the equivalent of putting up like a movie poster in your room or something like that. But uh, just because it is very ephemeral and not, quote unquote, meant to be high art, doesn't mean that it's not high art, I guess.
yeah.
And just that kind of that nebulous area between high art and low art is something that I really like. To me it's just all art, and it's really cool seeing to do that. And that's something that with my work when I'm doing magic stuff, I want to make sure that no matter what I do, it's affordable and people can, have it if they want. Like with the rabbit tokens, I sent it out to probably like 25 people, I want to say.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, there's no cost to them, just if they wanted it, because I don't know, it's fun just getting your art out there, and it's like the cost of a stamp, so it's no skin off my nose. So
I'm unfortunately not in a position to send out my stuff for free for the most part, give or take a few
hmm.
circumstances. But I try to make my stuff affordable.
Hmm.
So like I do playmats originally,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I made all my playmats available for free. Not for free. On like not the cheapest quality, but like relatively cheap website, which is Inked Gaming at the time. They've raised their prices, which is a little bit annoying. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
originally they used to be like $20 for a playmat, and they're high.
That's that's
They're
not bad at all. But
no, they were originally high quality too.
right.
At least high quality for twenty
Actually,
bucks.
I think they that we used to have that company actually in town, but they left fairly recently.
Hmm.
They had like their own little like gaming store as well. I think they call it Kraken.
Yeah,
It was downtown, but uh, yeah, I think they up and left like a year or two ago. But
that's rough.
yeah, it was a cool little place.
But yeah, I've worked with them for a few years, and then all my altars I try to make reasonably priced, and then of course my canvas projects. The new one I've priced up a little bit, just like I kind of had to. But
Yeah, yeah,
if you want to be involved in it, it's only $10, which $10 to be on a permanent piece of art and be like, this is my place in this artwork.
yeah. That's really cool. I really like that.
You don't really get anything out of it other than saying like, here's what you were part of it.
Mhm.
But like, it's still gonna be a part of something for $10.
Absolutely. And you know that, yeah, you helped contribute to, yeah, something really cool. And don't you uh uh when you're selling the piece, doesn't some of the money go to charity as well,
Yes,
if I remember correctly?
when I auction off the final artwork itself, 50% of it goes to me and 50% of it goes to a mental health charity.
Oh yeah, that rules. Yeah, I work overnights at a residential psych facility, so I'm all for that. That's
I
awesome.
I've been to a few of those.
Hmm. Yeah, luckily the people I work with are just some of the best people out there, and
Yeah.
are yeah. Because yeah, it's not easy for anybody out there, and we all need a little bit of grace and understanding. That's for sure.
Especially these days.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's it's not fun out there.
Not at all. But when I made my first canvas project, I was dealing with a really bad breakup,
Hmm.
and I was very prone to suicidal thoughts. I was prone to a lot of panic attacks. I was prone to a lot of like not hallucinations per se, but just like hearing things that weren't there necessarily, or like mishearing things,
Yeah, totally.
and it was super rough. And like
Yeah, that sounds
I got
yeah.
back on psych meds as I needed to be on, and then I'm on some newer psych meds too,
Oh, cool.
and
Those are working good for you.
yeah. But when I first got
Good.
back on them, it was a little bit rough because one's a mood stabilizer and one's an antipsychotic. And
Okay,
the
okay, gotcha.
the mood stabilizer I was on for quite some time until I moved out of my parents' house,
Hmm.
and then the antipsychotics new. But once you're used to a certain way of feeling, a certain way of doing things, and then
Hmm.
suddenly that sort of way of thinking and way of doing is changed,
Yep,
it takes some getting used to.
absolutely. Like, even if change is good, that doesn't mean that change is easy.
Exactly. But
Yeah, and
but I've been on those for
yeah,
about a year and a half now, and they work out pretty well.
nice.
I sleep a
Well,
little.
I'm glad those are.
Yeah, I sleep
Sorry,
more than I
sorry, you were
probably
saying.
should, but that's all.
Yeah, I think with the current state of the world, I think we could all use just a little bit more sleep.
Yeah, I just end up sleeping too much, and then it just find it hard to like get moving.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, I hear that.
Once I'm moving, I'm moving. I'm good.
Yep.
I just need
Well, that's like,
this is a hard time getting moving.
yeah, no, I hear that. That's definitely something I feel very strongly about. That um, it's like we as a at least here in America, culture wise, we don't do rest very well.
Yeah,
Like, uh, a kind of like a productive rest. A rest where you can just do the things that you want to do, and it's seen in our culture as kind of being selfish, or you could be doing other things. Like, no, you just plants don't produce flowers 24/7.
yeah,
Nature does not operate at a go-go pace 100% of the time. There's a reason fields lie fallow. There's a reason that things go to seed. It's we just need more mindful and productive rest, I think.
definitely. It's hard, but you gotta make it somehow.
Absolutely. And that's why, like, it's really nice having, like, if you can get it, like having a good supportive community or group, even if it's online, being able to do things for you and other people in a really positive way, I think is important. And having that support system and being able to support other people to the extent of your abilities, it's
It helps to have
it's just a good
friends.
thing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Helps to make friends,
Yep, even better. You can never have too many.
of course. That's another reason I do these streams is partially just because like I like learning about people's like their way of doing artwork.
Hmm.
Partially just to be like, hey, here's someone I think is really cool. Let's talk for a little bit, hang out, and make something cool.
Yeah, because like when you posted about it initially, it's like I thought that was like a absolutely fantastic idea. Especially with a lot of these creators, that you see online and stuff, and you chat with on Blue Sky every now and then, but like actually to be able to sit down and actually listen to them talk and see how they work and stuff, it's very cool. I think it's a really really interesting and important idea, and I think it's really cool that you're doing that.
Thank you. I think I got the Taco Bell altar done.
Oh, let's see. Oh, dang, you really cranked that out. That looks great. Look at that. What card are you doing for that one?
Temple Bell.
Oh, all right. I like it. I like it a lot.
I've done Village Bell Ringer before,
Uh-huh.
but Village Bell Ringer not a whole lot of people use.
Yeah. No, Temple Bell is pretty people use that quite a bit, don't they?
Like kinda. It's in a lot of group hug decks.
Yeah. Actually, Horn of Greeds should be in some group hug decks, right?
Yeah, it's I run it in one of my decks, so it's not necessarily a group hug deck.
Nice. What's been your go-to deck lately?
I have three I go between. I have
Hmm.
a mono blue braids group symmetry deck
Okay.
where the goal is to make every player's gameplay experience as symmetrical as possible.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That's really cool.
It's about 60% group hug and 40% stacks.
Okay.
It make
Okay.
it makes the gameplay state into a puzzle.
That's yeah, no, that actually sounds like a lot of fun to play against, actually. I like that.
It's a lot of fun to play, but you kind of have to play the villain a little bit because like once people kind of get the hang of what you're doing, they're going to go after you.
Yep, yep. I get that.
And then I have a Jund wheel deck with Winter Misanthropic Guide.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to get that one for my Disa deck, because that's been one of my that's been one that I've been really enjoying lately. And yeah, once I saw Winter's, like, yeah, we need to get that for that one. How's that deck running for you?
It runs pretty well. It has its moments where like it kind of stalls out, but like I didn't make it to be perfect. I made it to be like kind of silly.
Oh yeah, totally. That's the best. Yeah, in our play group, our kind of overriding philosophy is when in doubt, always do the funniest play you that you can. So it's yeah.
My play group isn't quite that same philosophy.
Hmm.
They're more make intentional plays, make purposeful decisions.
Yeah.
The one player gets really pissy when you don't try to win.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
And so all of my decks were like, I can win with them. I have won with them.
Yep.
They have win cons, but like that's not necessarily their goal per se.
Right. I get that.
Um,
Yeah, I definitely have decks that are more like, okay, if I want to this is my deck for like if I want to like win and win quick, and then just like here's my fun deck to just mess around with.
yeah,
Yeah.
but and then I have a Xeris deck, which is blue, green, red, which is also a wheel deck.
Okay, nice.
But it's like
What
it's like wheels and tokens.
nice.
It makes a lot of snakes.
Yeah, my friend in my play group, he has his Hepatra deck, so the all snakes and minus one tokens. That one's a hoot to play against.
Yeah. But I just wanted to show off. This is the altar I made last art stream and finished up.
Oh, that looks great.
Thank you.
Oh, I like the colors on that. That's yeah, no, that's really cool. I definitely love that you can definitely tell if if a card is done by you, you have a definite style that's easily identifiable, and it's always fun seeing it.
That's what I've been told, and I appreciate it every time I hear it. But it's also one of those things where I just wish I could make money.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I absolutely hear you. Yeah, but yeah, that's actually been something nice about the painted tokens. Like I've sold a handful now, and it's like it's yeah, I my stuff is not, you know, super it doesn't go super fast. There's not a lot of selling to it, and I also just happen to give away like a ton of my stuff a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's like it's I don't know, even just getting a couple sales, it's very gratifying.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
very nice. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure there's like yeah, I my brain does not work with money, like the whole business side of this. Like yeah, my brain just does not do it. It's like I'm just gonna make a ton of art, and if people want to buy it, that's cool, and they can. But or yeah, I just don't have time or energy to um you know put into a lot of advertising and that sort of thing and marketing. It's like it's yeah, it's it's not something I'm interested in.
I'm not so fortunate. I have a hard time finding a job,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to do. I have a hard time finding a job and a hard time like that sort of thing. So
Yeah, no, I get you.
I have to focus on my artwork making money.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah,
on one hand, that's great because it means more people are seeing my stuff, and I can make a career out of doing artwork and doing creative things. But on the other
right.
hand, it's kind of frustrating because it doesn't give me a whole lot of time to do stuff that's like not paying work.
Gotcha. I get that. Yeah, and it's especially nowadays, like the visual arts, it has such a it's it's a lot more volatile than it has been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you read about all these illustrators, back in the golden age of illustration, or even in like the 50s or 60s and stuff, and they're supporting, like a five-person family by, cranking out gouache paintings for an advertising company, and they're doing really well. But nowadays, like you could be the best artist in the world, and just the nature of the marketplace and how business is run now, it's yeah, it can be disheartening. I hear that.
Yeah, but I make do. When things are going well, they go well. When I
That's great.
when I'm able to be productive, when I'm able to get consistent work,
Yep.
when I'm not sleeping a bunch,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, when
Yep.
when everything is aligned, when the stars are aligned, I
Yes.
can make enough to pay my bills and to slightly
Mhm.
get ahead.
Yeah.
And then
There's nothing better than getting ahead. That's always a good feeling.
the one cool thing about artwork, like doing artwork as like a sort of career sort of thing, is when you're
Mhm.
getting ahead, you're really getting ahead because not just are you doing
Yeah.
something where you're saving up more money, but also you're doing something where like with each project and each piece you do, it's more progressively like towards an artistic goal.
Right.
So if you do a project for one person that turns out really cool, then you do another project for another person that turns out really cool. Now you're being wanted for that style.
Yep. Absolutely.
And if you can mimic that style, great, perfect.
Absolutely.
The hard part is getting that motion, getting that momentum
The
going.
yes. Yeah. I totally get that. All right.
I should probably make
Think
the horn first.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a bad idea. You can put the because yeah, it's like the little skull inside of it, right?
Uh,
Is that Harlequin?
maybe let me check.
It is with his mouth open. Let me double check. Or oh dang, that costs more than I thought it did. Holy smokes, I have like a couple of these. All
Hmm.
right. I don't know. I that's another thing I'm very bad at is prices of cards and stuff because uh my my play group and I were very proxy heavy. Like we're all of the same opinion that you shouldn't have to pay more than like a buck for a rectangle of cardboard. But that's just us. Other people's mileage may vary. I think it's cool though, like with like a lot of the like the special treatments and stuff that they've been doing a lot lately, like with the like secret layers or even um just having different art on the same cards and their usual releases. You get some really cool designs.
Hmm. Uh,
Is it being weird again?
yeah, a little bit. I'm just checking on it.
Gotcha.
And then I got somebody messaging me, and I'm focusing on what you and I are doing. But sometimes I just one of
Right.
those things where if it's easy to reply, I just reply.
Oh, totally.
The hard part is I have to make clay on camera, not like I do it close to the chest a little bit
uh,
to really get that like strength into it.
hmm
But I have to do it here, so
I hear you.
you don't need that much clay. The good thing with plastilina is the more you warm it up, the easier it is to use.
That's good. Yeah, that's always nice.
But when you haven't warmed it up in like months to a year, it's a real pain.
Takes Yeah, I can imagine. I think we're gonna do a quick wash over the sky. I think we're gonna make it a little bit of a purple. Do some
So what is how did you start working on artwork? I know you mentioned it a little bit, but
oh yeah, a lot of it, at least initially, took form of like reading lots of art books and stuff and doing a lot of master copies, which yeah, if anyone's starting out in uh in art or just wants to like I don't know, kind of level up their stuff, master copies are 110% the way to go. Where you just take a piece that you enjoy by one of the masters and you basically try to copy it as best you can. You get a lot of really great insights into how um, master artists like tackle certain problems and stuff, how they do their composition, how they do their colors, how they do their line work and stuff like that. But that was really helpful. And yeah, I just kind of set it as a goal for myself to just do art like at least once a day, like work on a piece here and there, and Um, I've found that just doing stuff will will uh kind of got me further than even uh following certain study systems, like I'm gonna read through the Loomis system, I'm gonna read through this or that. It's like, yeah, just do it a lot.
Yeah.
And one thing I do recommend to people that I know can be controversial, that some people say never to do, but copy, trace, always copy as much as you can, copy everything. Uh, it gives you, like, don't just copy, but copy with intention to understand. Like if you're doing like a figure study of the human form or something like that, it's yeah, trace, copy, try to be exact as you can, figure out why things are placed the way they are. And the more you do that, you kind of get this muscle memory for like anatomy and composition and stuff. So when you don't have something to trace, you can actually kind of fall back on that muscle memory to help. And that's something that I did maybe a little too much starting out, but it's always been very, very helpful, especially if you're copying like the works of a master or something like that. You get some really good insight into things. Um,
I've not
but
I've not done master copies per se, but there have been a few times where like I've seen an artist's work and I wanted to mimic that style.
yeah, 100%. And like as long as you're not it's in the public domain, do whatever. Like sell their stuff. Who cares? They're dead. But yeah, for new artists, like uh, when it comes to your own study, you can do anything. Like straight up copy, straight up steal. As long as you're not selling it or anything like that, and you're using it for your own personal understanding of like how they're doing stuff. Yeah, I think it's great. I, that's how the greats did it. I mean, Da Vinci copied, Botticelli copied, everyone copies. That's
Yeah.
how they got good.
I made a Cranko Mob Boss artwork inspired by Frank Miller that I think turned out really well.
Oh hell yeah. I love everything about that sentence.
I'll send you it on
That sound
Discord.
okay, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, when I first started Magic way back in the day, like the goblins were my guys and they still are. I love them.
I used to have a Cranko deck. I used to really like it, and then I took it apart because it was like too easy.
Yeah. I currently have I remade my uh first uh commander deck that I had was Wart Boggart Ante.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically she has fear, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you can return a goblin from your graveyard to your hand, which is pretty fun. So like um the whole plan essentially is just kill off a bunch of goblins for a lot of value, bring them back and do it all over again.
Oh yeah.
Um and yeah, I do still have Krenko in there, but he's almost like removal fodder. Like I don't need him necessarily to be in there. Like if he resolves and I can use him, like he's really good. But like people, will just no, waste a counter spell on Krenko. I don't really need him, but it's
You bait
kind
him
of a
out.
little bait for yep, absolutely. Like yeah, go for him so you don't go for like Bresh Taunter or something like that. Knock yourself out.
Hmm. So I this is the horn so far. Let me
All right,
get.
let's see how it's
Let me.
okay, nice. Little cornucopia
Yeah.
action going. Nice.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's looking cool.
Thank you.
we're doing kind of more. I think we got stuff figured out for the card. I just need to do a little more detail work, I think.
But yeah, when I was really young, I did like stop motion shorts.
Oh, nice.
I love
Yeah,
doing those.
my kiddos do that too. It's really fun.
It's really time intensive and really strenuous, but like it's satisfying once you see it in motion.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, the yeah, once you actually see that the like finished piece or like your finished work, it's there's very few things better. It's really neat.
Yeah. Let me go here. But I have a big soft spot for stop motion.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. No, that's why it's like really cool that uh Guillermo del Toro is like getting really into promoting stop motion and stuff like that. It's really nice seeing someone actually champion it. Because yeah.
One of the a movie I really like is up for nomination for the Academy Awards. That's a stop motion film that I think turned out pretty good. It's a little bit dark, and I don't think it's going to
Uh,
win, but it's good.
which one was that?
Memoir of a Snail.
Oh, cool. Wait, have I? Okay, I think I saw the trailer for that. I don't think I've watched it yet.
It's good. It's just really dark.
Gotcha. Yeah, nice. Nothing
I
wrong with that.
I kind of recommend watching the director's first main movie, which is called Mary and Max.
Hmm. Okay, I've not watched it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Mary and Max
Okay,
is a little
cool.
bit
So
more
it's by the
approachable.
same.
Yeah,
Cool.
Adam Elliott.
Nice.
The Mary and Max is a little bit more approachable.
Hmm.
It's a little bit less sad. A little bit less. It's about equally dark.
Yeah, yeah. I do love me some good weird animation, so I'm very much looking forward to checking that out.
But I bought Memoir of a Snail on YouTube the other day and watched it with a friend.
Hmm.
You're in the Discord now, but on my Discords I have weekly movie nights on Sundays.
Oh, cool. It's a great idea.
Thank you. How am I going to do this horn? I have the general shape down, but what am I going to do for the? I don't know. Try to give it teeth
Oh,
without a.
the little skull guy.
Oh, I'm not remaking Horn of Greed. I'm making my own Horn of Greed.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I gotcha. Nice. Gotcha.
If I add teeth to the horn, would that affect the sound in theory?
Hmm. I mean, it might. Uh, yeah.
Like it's going to be a fantasy horn. It's not going to be like entirely practical. But like
Yeah. No, yeah.
I don't want to be impractical either.
Hmm. I don't know. I'm a fan of giving it teeth. That sounds great, but that's just me. Why not? Go for it.
Give the horn teeth.
Yeah. It's a greedy horn.
Yes. Oh, I do want to give it a little band around the mouthpiece.
Oh, nice.
but I have a little stash of sculpting tools that are meant for wax, but I use them for clay.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Because, like, there's
Yeah,
not a
I
huge
use
difference.
yeah, no, same with when I do lino cut and stuff, the I use wood carving tools.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to work just as fine on linoleum. So those are my go-to ones.
Alright, cool. So, what are some of your tips for art?
Let's see here. I would say first and foremost, practice as much as possible. That's kind of the the main thing. Try new things as much as possible as well. Try different mediums. Um, Another thing that's really helpful is when you're looking at artwork and stuff, like actually take the time to look at it as closely as possible. So either in person or if you're looking at it online, try and find the uh like the biggest file possible so you can actually zoom in and actually see how stuff is being done. Also, yeah, if you're interested in something, do it. Like there's no you don't need anyone's permission to do anything. Figure out figure out what to do, how to do it, and yeah, I think that's the main thing. I know a lot of people, want to do art stuff, but just don't for whatever reason.
It's
And
hard.
like, yeah, it really is like, especially in, today's day and age when you're, just everyone's so busy and barely has any free time. But um, yeah, I would say start off small, uh, start off cheap when you're doing stuff. Like honestly, steal a steal a ream of paper from work and have some pencils and just go through that paper and uh, draw basically every day. It doesn't matter what it is. Learn learn the basics. Honestly, learn how to shade very simple geometric objects. That's always really handy. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. If they're of any artist, pretty much all the artists that I've reached out to have been super chill and super happy to chat about art and stuff. Um, yeah, another thing is just don't break the bank when it comes to art stuff. There's no reason to do that. One thing that I've been doing a lot lately is using cardboard as a canvas. So just literally dumpster dive, get cardboard, cut it to whatever size you want, gesso it, and you can paint on it like you would a canvas. That's if you're looking for good things to paint on, but canvases can be a little much. Yeah, just get like I think I have I don't know, it's here somewhere, but I have a thing of gesso. It's about like this size. It's just basically glue mixed with acrylic paint mixed with like a little bit of a binder and just do two layers of that on cardboard. You got yourself a canvas. And uh, cut corners when you can. If you need palette paper, uh, go to the store and grab. It's called freezer paper. It's the stuff that they wrap meat in for freezers and stuff. You can get, you know, uh, quite a long roll of it for pretty cheap, and you can use it as a palette paper. And when you're done, you can just toss it, and you can take it anywhere, no mess, pretty clean. Yeah, just try everything. Try doing things the easy way. Try doing things the hard way. Just because everyone's process is different. Everyone figures out a different way of doing it, and also uh, do research on artists that you like. Figure out what their process was. That can be extremely helpful when it comes to stuff like that. Like if you like Van Gogh's work, look into his process, how he did it. Look at who inspired him and their process. It's I forgot who said it, but the idea is that if you have a favorite artist that you want to emulate, you can research their stuff, but it's more important to look at who that artist's influences were and actually look at them, so you can actually see how they arrived at their particular style and how you can adapt that to kind of your own needs rather than just straight up copying, which is which can be handy.
Yeah,
But
I
uh,
wish I knew that sooner because that's something I should have done a little bit more than I did when I was younger.
yeah,
It's not
and
too late for me.
absolutely, there's always time. There's never a bad time to do it. And yeah, and again, one of the big things too, I think, is when people get very frustrated at their failures, like when something doesn't go right or doesn't look the way that you necessarily want it to. Um, I think it's important to not, like, you can, you know, sit with that feeling, that it didn't work out, and that's frustrating. It certainly is, but also um, failure is the best opportunity to grow and learn, because if there's something that you don't like in your own work, it's important to look at that and figure out exactly what about it you don't like. Like maybe, I'm doing this portrait and I don't like the nose. Like the nose just doesn't look right. So it's like, okay, well, let's do some deep dives, watch some YouTube tutorials on how to do noses. Let's, it's a way of observing your weaknesses and then working on them until they're strengths. I think it's important that failure doesn't mean that you're not good at this, because everyone makes crappy work. Like even the greatest artists, they suck sometimes. Like Sandro Botticelli, like one of my favorite artists from the Renaissance. Dude could not draw feet to save his life. His feet suck. Like they are very bad, but he's still an amazing artist. It's there. Everyone has their weak spots, and I think looking at it in a way that you're aware of your weak spots and you're working on those to make them not weak spots, I think is a great approach to it.
My
So
my
failures are less. Yeah, sorry.
my favorite modern example of that is looking at Ringo Starr's drumming work, then look at Ringo Starr's original painting, and then look at Ringo Starr's new paintings. It's like, oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
If you've not seen Ringo Starr's old artworks, they are hilarious.
Yep. No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Your baby.
Yep. Oh man.
For those watching it, just look up Ringo Starr, Your Baby, but Your Baby is spelled YERR baby.
Yep. I do love me some Ringo Starr. I do have to say,
Yeah.
he is great. Did you ever have you ever seen Hard Day's Night?
Yes, it's been a while, but I've seen it.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a comfort movie for me. Like whenever I'm feeling sick or anything like that, that's one of my go-tos. Yeah,
It's solid.
it really is.
I have you seen the scrapped uh, test footage of the 3D Yellow Submarine movie?
Oh no, I have not. I need to
Oh my,
check that out.
I gotta send you that. Give me a second.
Absolutely.
So they're going to make a 3D version of Yellow Submarine using Robert Zemeckis's like
Oh my god. Okay. Say no more. That is. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Polar Express, The Christmas Carol.
Yep. That that sounds absolutely insane. Yeah, I remember seeing. Let's see. I think his version of Beowulf in the theaters when we did the little 3D Beowulf one. I was as a Beowulf fan, I was less than enthused about that one, but it was it is still fun.
Yeah. But I sent you a piece I did on cardboard because I thought it was funny. And then
Oh,
I
nice.
sent you the test footage of the Yellow Submarine 3D.
Okay, I am absolutely going to be checking that out. That sounds amazing.
It's test footage, so it's a little bit rough, but
Hmm. Yeah, no, there's something really fun about test footage. Like I remember, uh, oh, when was it? I think it was like in the '80s sometime. It was I don't know if it was necessarily Studio Ghibli, but I know that Miyazaki was involved, where they did a test footage of Winsor McKay's Little Nemo in Slumberland,
I
and
think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, they did and yeah, the test footage is just like him on his bed, like flying through stuff, and it is like some of the best animation I've ever seen. But they didn't get picked up for it, but it's really cool to see. I love test footage and stuff like that.
It's definitely super cool. Instead of teeth, I've gone with these little tendrils.
Ooh, okay, like little grabby guys for the.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, I like that. Almost like it's almost like a leech almost, or like a lamprey or something like that.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I,
But I
I
think
think
if the
this
horn,
guy
I
is
think if the horn is made out of bone, like a bone horn, is kind of cool.
okay. Yeah, yeah, totally. All right. I think I'm gonna call this one good.
All right, let's see what it looks
Let's
like.
yeah, let's get this out of here. But yeah, art wise, like one of the things that I started out doing was portraits. Those are still like some of my favorite things to do. Um, but yeah, doing these has been really fun lately. Just kind of screwing around, and they're almost like painting sketches almost.
Yeah,
Like they're not super finished by any stretch of the imagination, but they're fun to do. Let's see. Ugh, I can't pick this up. There we are. Let's see if we can.
oh, it's pretty good. I like the way you did the mountains.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, just a couple little guys
Hell yeah!
ready to ready to go kill stuff.
But the one customized quiver I did finally got to its person.
Oh, the rainbow one you were working on?
Yes, the gay frog quiver.
Fantastic. I love it. Yeah, no, that yeah, I think I remember you posting that, and it looked really, really nice. The gradients were really solid.
Thank you. That took me way too long to work on though because I kept putting it on the back burner because
Right.
I had to focus on projects that were making me money, and that one I did
Yep.
for free because it was a community voted for project.
Yeah. But hey, it's and now it's done.
It is done, so now I
That's
can
great.
market making new ones.
That's fantastic. Yeah, no, yeah, I need to do one of those one of these days. They seem like a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun. You should try it.
Yeah, they take paint pretty well.
Yeah. Well, you gotta prime it first, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll try doing that. It sounds like fun. All right. Oh, unfortunately, I might need to jet here in a little bit to go pick up kiddos from school.
Oh, that's totally fine. We're about on time anyway. Can you do about 10 more minutes, give or take?
Yeah, totally.
Perfect. I try to make these like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, sorry about that. The lost track of time.
No, that's totally
But
fine.
yeah, no, yeah, we can absolutely do that.
But thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
So, what are some of your favorite Magic cards?
Oh dear. Let's see here. I am always a fan of Goblin Diplomats. The art on that one is just one of the funniest things I think I have ever seen in my life. It's the one where let's see here,
He's showing off his
Diplomats.
butt or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, just very very haughty and just very stone faced, just staring at yeah, just pointing at his butt. It's it's uh it's a very fun one. I always like the ones that combine flavor and mechanics. So what was it? It really tickled me when was it a Ginger Brute when that one came out, where only creatures with haste can catch him. So you know they'll run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. But
Yeah.
that one was really fun. Let's see here. I've been really one of the decks that I've been really enjoying lately is I have a Rogue Rack deck with Ardenn, and it's just straight up Voltron. Like, get as much material onto Rogue Rack as possible and just attack. And I don't know. I think it's my love of goblins that I also love kobolds. Just I love weird little guys that just are that like attacking, and it's really fun. Um, one card that I have in a couple decks that I've been really fond of lately. It's a Rebecca Gay art, and Rebecca Gay is just the best. Um, is I believe it's called Calming Verse. Do you know that one?
It sounds familiar. I might have to look it up.
Yeah. So with Calming Verse, if I'm not mistaken, the idea is uh, you I think it's a sorcery. You destroy all enchantments in play, and then if you have any untapped forests or untapped lands, you destroy all of your enchantments as well.
Hmm.
But that was made when mana burn was still a thing, so it's really no trouble to tap your lands down for it. Um, and yeah, it just gets rid of basically all your opponent's enchantments, and yours are fine if you tap down your land. That one's definitely saved me a couple times. There's one I have in my Arcades deck. Um,
Which Arcades?
oh, what's that?
Which Arcades?
Oh, Arcades, the strategist,
Okay,
the defender one.
got it.
Yeah, that's probably my most highly tuned deck, I think. Um, but yeah, I think it's what's it called? It's I want to say Island Hideaway, maybe. I think that's what it's called. It's Island. No, it's not Hideaway. It's I forgot what it is, but it's one and a white. It's an enchantment where if you skip your draw step, creatures uh basically only creatures with flying and island walk can attack you.
Oh,
And with Arcades,
Stormtide Leviathan.
oh, yeah, it's a similar effect, yeah. Um, it's and the nice thing is with Arcades, since it's all defenders, like literally just play a defender, you draw a card, so skipping your draw step is no trouble at all. Like it's it's basically nothing. And so yeah, that one's definitely saved me a handful of times, especially against like token decks where they're about to swing in and but uh um sorry about that. But yeah, it's definitely saved me more than a couple times. It's a fun one.
Okay.
Let's see here. Um, I don't know. Yeah, there's just a lot of fun cards. If there's a goblin that does something really weird, that's a fun one. I think I forgot the name of it, but there's one. It was either from Lorwyn or the one that came right after. It's where it costs a certain amount. It's like five in the black or something like that, or you can pay its prowl cost if you attacked and did damage during the turn and then you play it. Where if you play its prowl cost, you can go into an opponent's library and exile 3 cards.
Hmm.
Where if you know if you're playing against a deck that you've played against before and you know that there's like a certain combo that's just going to get you every single time, you can just go in and just straight up remove those from the deck and go along your merry way without them.
Okay. It's definitely cool seeing what people's favorite cards are, and like this isn't necessarily exclusively a Magic stream, though I do ask Magic artists more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool seeing what different people's favorites are.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool thing about the game is that yeah, there's so many different play styles that it can accommodate, and yeah, I know that yeah, some of the people in my play group they're very a lot more into control than I am. I'm an honest to God green and red just stompy do a lot of damage type player. Very simple. Uh, if you that's kind of my approach to it, but um, it's it's really fun just playing all these different types off of each other too, which is really neat because there no particular style is necessarily stronger than another one. It's a lot of it comes down to luck of the draw a lot of the time too, which is pretty fun. Um, but yeah, I would say I'm very much more of a stompy slash just weird effects type player. So if there's a just a big old fella or a weird little guy that'll do something, those are generally my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, I like blue and red shenanigans. I like
Mhm.
I like wheels a lot. I think wheels are fun
That is really cool. Yeah.
because more often than not, wheels are only really good. I mean, they're good if you have a plan. Otherwise, like symmetrical effects are kind of bad in Commander.
Hmm.
But if you can make people like go on a tilt because you're wheeling them so much,
Right.
or like they have a really good hand and then you wheel it away, or like they drew some haymaker and then you just said, "Actually, I'm playing a wheel." They
Yeah.
they get so pissy.
It's always fun when people get salty about stuff like that. That's for sure.
As like that's what the deck's trying to do.
Yep, that's the game, buddy. If you don't like it, play some removal or counter spells.
Why would you do such a heinous playstyle? Because I think it's funny.
It's funny. Exactly.
I like giving you a bunch of cards and then taking them away from you,
Yep,
or giving you a bunch of cards and then punishing you for having so many.
absolutely.
Sheoldra the Apocalypse is one of my few win cons. Get used to it, buddy.
Oh yeah.
I think Sheoldra the Apocalypse should be a bracketed card. That card's bullshit.
It's a crazy one.
I have one.
Yeah,
I have one. I like it. I'm thankful for it. It was a gift from a friend of mine for my birthday.
nice.
Uh, I think it should be like a game changer card because it's bullshit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Sure, it dies to removal, but show does like other things.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely one of those, like, if you're out of counter spells and leave it on the field, it's like, well, this will be fun.
It's even funnier because I have recursion in my red, black, and green deck. So people kill
Right.
Shieldred and they'll be like, "Oh no, my Shieldred," and then I reanimate
Oh
it.
no. Yep.
But anyway,
Yep. That's good old Jund.
thank you very much for joining me. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, make sure to follow. Though Twitch has been bugging out, so I doubt we have any viewers on Twitch right now. But just saying it for saying it. Is there anything you want to promote before you skedaddle?
If anyone wants to follow me, I'm on Blue Sky on at Scott Kersey Art. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Go out, do art, be kind, have fun.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Those are some good final words. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye!